GP 101 Production presents Chess, the Mathing Edition, with its very own custom piece set. Order your Mathing chessboard today.
Alright, so it asked me which is incorrect about this graph. So this is factored form, and I could just solve for x here. So I'm both equal to 0, and I'm going to get x equals 1 and x equals negative 3. So if I graph it, it looks something like this. Okay, so we know it opens up because it's going to be positive. You could expand it, but it's asking which one is incorrect. So I'm going to put an X for wrong or incorrect and check for. So yes, those are my solutions or intercepts. The graph opens up. You can use the box method or FOIL to show the quadratic trinomial. Okay, here I'm showing that right here. Okay, here you can get the A. Okay, so with the C value of negative 3, D would have showed you it says positive 3, so D is the one that's incorrect. Number 6, what's the effect of that? Well, just look at it here. They're both equal. One's positive, one's negative. Positive people smile up. That one's going down, so it's going from opening up to downwards. That would be choice C. Question number 8, simplify over complex to find the product. Okay, you're not going to distribute there, write it out twice. That's what the power of 2 means. And then you can do your box, 5 minus 2i, 5 minus 2i. We're going to multiply first. And then let's just write out those terms and we combine like terms. $25 minus 20i, and then I squared is negative 1, so then we got 25 minus 4 will give you 21. 21 minus 20i, and that is choice C. Number 10, find the x-intercepts. I have in standard form. Let's go ahead and x box, a times c is negative 6, b is 5. Between two choices are 6 and 1. Let's multiply to be negative 6, and then those two numbers will also add to be 5. So those will go on the bottom left, top right. Those are splitting the 5x. I got 3x squared and negative 2. 3x times, this one will be x, here negative 1, and that will be a positive 2. And then those are factors, so I'm now going to set them equal to 0. And so our answers are going to be E. 3x equals 1 and x equals 1/3. Number 12, I'm going to have to distribute, so that's going to become a negative 1 times 7 and a negative 1 times negative 6i. First part, I don't have to do anything there. So that'll become negative 2. These are two like terms. That become plus 3i. And that'll be choice A. Okay, 13, you have a difference of squares. There's a trick, but for our purposes, let's just do x box, put a 0x there. Negative 100, 0, 10, and negative 10. Don't forget to do the box because your A value is greater than 1. (2x), positive 5, and negative 5. Oh, switch those around. Wrong. There you go. And that would be choice B. Okay, 14, you should recognize Gray's common factor there. Break them up into monomials. See what they have in common here. I'm breaking them up. Okay, so I have a 4x in common there. And then I'm going to be left with x squared minus 5x plus or minus 14. And then we factor those. You can use your x method. Negative 14, negative 5. My two numbers are going to be 7 and 2. X is negative 7. Shortcut is when the a value is 1, you don't have to use the box. And there's my answer. Guess you could multiply all those out to figure out which one of those. Okay, this one has x squared plus 0x plus 36. A times c is 36, b value is 0. Notice that these two numbers can multiply by 36, but do not add to 0, so you can make it negative 6i and a positive 6i. Why? Because if you expand those and multiply, you'll get negative 36i squared. I squared is negative 1. That becomes a positive 36. So if you put it in your box, you'll get that. Number 16, a value is 3, so I'm going to use both my x and my box. A times c, negative 42, b value is negative 1, negative 7 and 6. Bottom left, top right. Always move those around, so 3x and x. So my answer is going to be B. 17, same thing. This one you can probably use chunking, but because you can take out in the first two terms. Negative 6 and negative 6. 3x, 3x, negative 2, negative 2. So when they're the same, perfect square trinomial, that'll be t. 18. 5 by 3 on both sides. Isolated. X squared equals 4. X equals plus minus 2. Two solutions, one positive, one negative. Next question. Solve all the reals. Subtract 1. Negative 2x squared equals negative 12. Divide by 2. Negative 2. X squared equals 6. Take the square root. X equals plus or minus radical 6. First B. Number 20. You have a trinomial. A times C is 32, B is negative 12, going to be negative 4 and negative 8. Set them equal to 0 and you got x equals 4 and x equals 8. B. 21, okay, pay attention, it's not set equal to 0, so you're going to have to go ahead and expand those. FOIL, or I'm using the area model of the box. X squared plus 2x minus 1x minus 2, and then I subtract the 4 from both sides, so then x squared plus x minus 6. I'm not going to factor that one again. Negative 6, 1x, 1, 3, negative 2. So I have x plus 3, x minus 2, set equals 0, and then you're going to get x equals negative 3 and x equals 2. You'll notice you're missing a c value. You can put your c value 0, or just do the greatest common factor. A times c is 0, b value is 5. My two numbers are 5 and 0. So that's a 0. That one's going to be a 2. 2x. Remember, always switch them if you need to, like I just did right here. X and 5, so I have 4x plus 5 equals 0, and 2, right, just x plus 0 equals 0, so you have x equals negative 5/4, and then x equals 0. That'd be choice C. Here it is with the just greatest common factor. Greatest common factor of just an x, and then you can set them equal 0 and solve and find the answer faster. Alright, let's go ahead and graph this one. Which graph matches? I have a y-intercept of 9. All of them have a y-intercept of 9. Okay, let's just try factoring and see what happens. Okay, I have x equals 3 and x equals 3. So at 3, it's a bounce. There's a double root there we learned about it bouncing off. You could also do axisymmetry and table of values if you wanted to. Let's do that. X equals negative a over 2a. B value is negative 6, 2 times a value, so opposite of negative 3 is a positive 3. Okay, that one matches. No. 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 Yes. You could make a table of values, so if I just put in 3 here, back up here to the original function notation, 3 squared is 9, negative 6 times 3 is negative 18, 9 minus 18 is negative 9, and negative 9 plus 9 is actually 0, so 3 comma 0 is the order pair, and that would be choice D. This one is 3 comma negative 3.
Stats where the numbers don't lie. Late work piled up, gotta ask myself why. Mr. A ain't gotta keep up the pace or you'll die. Mr. Deadline, now I'm feeling the heat. Late work policy got me shuffling on my feet. Gotta crunch the numbers, but time's slipping away. Mr. A ain't looking at me, but what can I say? If he stats where the don't lie. Late work piles up, gotta ask myself why. Late nights crunching numbers till I die. Got my calculator, pencil, a pen. Trying to make sense of this data, amen. AP stats, no joke, gotta stay on my grind. But missing deadlines got me feeling behind.